Start with AD. Darvin, clearly he got hit in the eye and wasn't able to return. Can you just take us through what you know about that and how that clearly impacted the rest of the game?
He got an elbow to the eye, his left eye. Wasn't able to see out of that left eye, vision blurred, but, he was looking at the doctors. They were working on him from the time he left the floor and went back to the training room up through halftime. So the biggest thing is, just making sure he's okay, and we'll get an update on him pretty soon.
And what was your perspective on all of the delays, the reviews, and then the shot clock and just all that, and from just an entertainment standpoint, and then also as somebody trying to play the game?
I mean, it's tough. The game, we try to get possessions, you try to get the game back going, and I think it may have been four times where we thought we were going to get it going, and it just still, the shot clock wasn't working. The regular game clock was working, but the shot clock was malfunctioning. So it's hard, guys stiffen up real quick after playing with such high intensity. And it throws off the rhythm of the game, but it's out of anyone's control when the computer malfunctions. So it is what it is. Tip your cap to them. They came in and played a hell of a game. Had a couple of different guys step up at different segments of the game, and we had some guys that played well, competed throughout, but some looks we normally make, we missed.
Coach, how confusing was it for your team to have to go through all of those inconsistencies and whistles at the end of the contest?
It's tough. It's tough because you're figuring out ways, and and one of the challenges I think they realized, Brian Hill was on the sideline, so we get 3 points taken away. Clock malfunctions while we about to get a defensive stop. They end up getting 2 points when it should have been a shot clock violation. It's just a lot, and then all the stoppages down the stretch, it's a lot. It throws off the rhythm of the game, and again, it's out of your control. There's really, the clock operator is looking with his palms to the sky like computers are computers, so it is what it is.
Speaking of out of your control, when AD goes out, it's sent like two completely different games. In real time, what was that like trying to make that adjustment, and when did you know for sure he's not coming back?
As halftime was winding down, we got the word, but Jack stepped in, played his ass off, played a hell of a game, a lot of energy, rebounded well. It shifts everything. When you lose one of your main pieces, it's going to change the rotation, it's going to change the groups and the lineups that you're accustomed to having out there. It eliminates size. They're a smaller team at the rim, so it takes another 7-footer out of the game for us. But it's tough. But, I thought we pushed through, and, offensively, we got great looks. It just didn't go down. But I thought we maintained well in spite of that unfortunate circumstance.
Darvin, a couple for you. Had you seen a situation where a three-pointer or a two-pointer was reviewed and the basket was completely taken off the board before?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that before.
Did they give you an explanation as to whether or not your challenge allowed them to look at that, or
well,
was that?
They said New York looks at everything. Any three that's whatever. That was the explanation I got. That was so that. It is what it is. I mean, it's good to know now how the process goes, but they said it was kind of out of their hands or whatever. But again, their points didn't get taken away because the clock malfunctioned. They continue to play through, but it is what it is.
I think at one point earlier this season, LeBron kind of sat in the locker room and was sort of said, like, we can't win without AD. I mean, like, he's that important to us. The back line, as you guys in the fourth quarter really sold out to keep Steph off three-point line, how killer were their counters to what they were doing to get to the rim, and how much, obviously you missed AD a lot in that game, but did you really feel his absence in those plays?
Yeah, absolutely, because he knows how to play that cat and mouse game. And we had to do, next time we see these guys, if we decide to switch, obviously you got to mix up pitches, do a better job of when we switch, getting underneath Draymond. The guy that's switching on to Draymond, whether he's DH on or setting the screen or whatever, got to do a better job of keep staying in front of him, keeping my body in front of him, and not moving up the floor. If he does get in the pocket, we moved way too high up the floor, and they were able to get some lives. But A knows how to, and Jackson will learn it as well. He does it some, but he'll get much better at it. But A knows how to play that cat and mouse game when you force Draymond into a indecisive floater. But give them credit. They're a championship ball club. They got their core championship players, a lot of other good talent around them, and they made plays.
Darvin, there was, from the 1 minute and 50 mark left to go in the fourth to the minute 35 mark between the challenges and the shot clock malfunctions. It took about 15 minutes to play 15 seconds. What did that do to both groups? It felt like I saw some interaction between the players. Like both sides were completely taken out of the rhythm. Whatever competitive juices that were there at the start of it seemed to kind of be gone by that point.
Yeah, late to the party till someone asked that, but it's okay. You articulated it well. Don't worry about it. He got delayed. He might have been helping with the clock outside. You never know. Nah, it totally takes the air out of the building. They take, people are there. It's a game that's going back and forth. They build a nice cushion for themselves. We dig back into it, and then we make a big shot, big play. They make big shot, big play. Guys are scrambling, competing their asses off, and then boom, everything just stops. So now, you got the fans getting a little antsy, thus the boos. Both teams just kind of figure out ways to stay warm and trying to talk through what's about to happen. And right when we think something's about to happen, we get shut down. And think something about to happen again, we get shut down again. So it just took the rhythm out of the game.
Thanks, Coach.